So this is going to be a quick trade recap. It's 8:34 in the evening. I posted this morning that I took a trade sometime around 7 a.m. or so. The trade was pretty simple. I don't even think I was in it for very long. I wish I could find it. Yeah, 7 a.m. I took the trade somewhere over here. I honestly don't know if I went down or up. I don't remember anything about this trade at all. But I remember I made 400. Then market opened here, and my bias, I didn't really have one, but I guess I had one, didn't realize it. I was kind of stuck on a bullish bias, and so I had entered into a trade here, got stopped out, entered into a trade here, got stopped out. I waited till, oh sorry, I actually did that here. Entered into a trade here. You can see my scores got stopped out both times. And then I waited until this mark here, which I think is 11:30, hoping for another entry. Entered in here, got stopped out. I really should have just taken my earnings and gone home, but I did not. I ended up going to sleep, and so I didn't trade at all. And then I remember that we have Asia session, and with Asia session, it's the same concept, waiting for liquidity, break of structure, all the things. So this is 8 p.m. And in my thought process, I thought, okay, prices come down over here. I've got a higher low here. Great, we're going to be bullish. I entered into this trade, went up. This square here is a representation of an order block. I guess I thought I was going to go down. So I went up. I drew the square here because of this light green bar, expecting that price would continue downward. I got stopped out with this massive green candle. Yep. And so I waited, recalibrated, exercised a little bit of patience. And when I saw price started to dip downward, recognizing that I had another order, questionable breaker block, either way, where I see that price has this massive green candle, it reverses down or retraces. It went back up, but it never went beyond. And it's hard for me to do this on my phone, but I'm going to take a tool and I'm going to put it here and say if candles would have passed above this line, this, whether it's the mean threshold or the consequent encroachment of this wick, either way, if price would have gone up and closed above this, I would have let this price go and decide if whether or not I want to go upward. Price did not. It kept it going down, making these wonderful consolidation retracements and dipping down. I ended up entering somewhere over here, and I followed this downward, and I followed it honestly all the way down to right here. This ended up giving me a $825 because I entered in with 10 contracts accidentally, because you know how there's a delay with TradingView. Like I entered, I saw nothing on my computer, and then when I went to my phone, now that I'm at work, it said 10 contracts. I went, oh, okay, all right. So that was pretty cool. My expectation at this point, while we're here, I might as well do some technical analysis. Despite this now reversal look for a price, I'm still expecting price to dip a lot lower. There's all this sell side liquidity that has not been touched yet. And if I'm being really specific, there's this really lovely large green liquidity pool that this candle has dipped into, but there's still some empty spaces here. And this is all on the 1 minute, and we know that price is super fractal. I wouldn't be surprised if price ends up still going upward, but I do feel like there's still a lot to be grabbed down here before there is that reversal. If I take it over to the monthly, and let's get rid of all of these things, hide, yeah. If I take it to the monthly, and I look at the monthly, I can technically say we're bullish, true. We're above this other bullish candle, which is fine. And we're still above this sort of block right here, or breaker block, essentially, which is fine. If I go down to the weekly, which I like to do every Sunday to evaluate what the week looks like, we're bearish. The weeks are bearish. This previous week was kind of indecisive when you look at it. This is kind of bearish. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a retracement. Why? I think that we've had this lovely dip here with this huge surge. This might be a questionable overbuy. So the price at some point needs to retrace back down. We saw this happen last week, end of last week Friday, when we clearly ended in this bearish candle right here. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue down bearish. So when I switch over to days, and I was in a day swing on my Hero FX account, when I look at this, I think, okay, price has a higher high, and I feel like we're dipping down lower. If I'm thinking correctly that we're dipping down lower, then this is going to be liquidity. Again, price is overextended, in my opinion, and whatever goes up must come down. And so if we're this extended up, we've got to come back down somewhere. Where do we come down to? Let's see. We can either come down to this area here or this area up here, because these are representations of order blocks that could be done. We could also look at the weekly and look at areas right here and right here, and this could be areas that price may end up retracing to. Will it retrace that deep? Maybe not. We also have to look again at this very large green candle. If I take I don't want to do a fib. I want to use this. If I take this, oh Lord, and draw it down, which is hard to see. This white line right here is the halfway mark. I'm gonna take away let's see what price says that. 28,650.75. 28,650.75. 28,650.75. 28. Wow, it's just there. 28,650.75. It's somewhere here. $28,650. So close. Let's just leave it there. If that's the case, price has not hit that area just yet. If I were to put my drawings back, change that to 0.3 and see, it's a bit lower. Actually, I think it needs to be higher. I'm doing way too much. I see that. Don't be upset. Okay, it looks like price has hit this halfway point. And so essentially, if that's the case, if price from these candles have come down 20 to 30% of this green candle, then yes, it has an opportunity to still reverse back higher. But when I look at the 1 minute, which is where I like to sit and trade, I can't help but notice that there is just based on liquidity and understanding price action and how it wants to move, I can't help but think that we just have so much more down here for it to grab before it goes back up to its proverbial all-time high environment. So I'm gonna come back around midnight, see if there's an opportunity to trade, and I'm gonna go from there.